Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. The Seahawks would love nothing more than to finish out today's game with a second notch in that win column. It's the Redskins going up against the Seahawks. So, with the call of this Week 16 matchup, let's hand it over to our commentators, Brandon Gotten and Charles Davis.
Okay, Larry, we are just south of historic Pioneer Square at CenturyLink Field in the beautiful city of Seattle, Washington. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Washington Redskins and the Seattle Seahawks. And they're going to go soft on the corners. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And incomplete to open things up. He was trying to get it to Jermaine Kearse. And it's second down. Here's the offense. Certainly some threats on this offense. And one of them that they target is Doug Baldwin.
Not only does he do a nice job catching the ball downfield, he's also a tremendous blocker that helps unleash the running game.
Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down.
Right, move to the right, to the right. Hey, alert.
Now the former Notre Damer. This is C.J. Prosise. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down. And now a look at the Washington defense.
Josh Norman was not a first-round pick when he entered the NFL, but he always thought he should be. Never lacked for confidence, and now he plays at a Pro Bowl level.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. On third down, Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ryan Kerrigan in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
Taking a couple yards shy of midfield. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Redskins will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10. And they'll start this drive with very good field position. One man in the backfield, that's Jones. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He was trying to find Deshaun Jackson that time. And that'll bring up second down. All right, let's meet your starters. Matt Jones. What do you have to say, Charles?
Supposed to just be a third down back when he came into the league. He ran so well, it forced everyone to change their opinion. Matt Jones is a 3-down back.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39.
Back to throw. He sets up the screen to Jones. And he gets it down to the 32. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
And 3 full yards here for the offense to get on 3rd down.
Here we go now. 3-19. Detroit.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Jordan Reed has it. And he'll have the 1st down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets them a new set of downs.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Red zone opportunity. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Caught on the right side, Reed. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. The Seahawks, here's their defensive lineup.
When Bobby Wagner's career is said and done, people are going to look back and say he was an absolute steal in the NFL draft. A Pro Bowl player for any team.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Bringing it in, Jackson left side. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. To throw again. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. On 2nd down, Wilson. And the grab made by Doug Baldwin. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And they talked about how important the passing game was going to be against that defensive look. Good job there going to the air for the first down.
It's all about preparation. It's all about planning. And then it's about execution. So they put it all together in practice. Okay, this is what we think we're going to see. This is how they get to it. And then when the game comes, read it and attack it.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Ryan Kerrigan in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. On second down, here's Wilson. And he hits Jermaine Kearse. The reception good for 7. It's third down. Well, they get the completed pass, but still have more to go here on third down. On third down, Wilson. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And they were in field goal range the last time out, but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
Here we go. 3-19. Back 99 Philly. Here we go. Watching now, Barney.
And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Jamison Crowder there, and it's third down.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
Offense trying to avoid stalling out, facing a third and 10.
Set. 3-19. Detroit.
He'll look to throw. Surveying the field. And this is caught by Jackson. And he's able to get this one up to the 45-yard line.
Okay, what can't Deshaun Jackson do? All right, we know about the catches. We just saw another one there. Also gets involved in the return game. And he can break big plays like that. And we've seen him do it throughout his NFL career.
We have. What are you thinking of anything in particular?
Yeah, I'm still remembering a certain Giants punter not following orders. And Deshaun Jackson made that big-time return all the way back for a game winner in that one. I still remember seeing the looks of disbelief on the Giants sideline.
Second down following the run. They come up in an offset eye.
Here we go.
They'll go again to Jones. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. The offensive line and its ability to open holes in this defensive front, something they were confident they could create in this game. Got the job done there, picked up the first.
And something they wanted to do. Have we ever met offensive linemen that don't want to fire out and hit people? I mean, they love the running game. Guys want to do that, and when you emphasize it.
And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. And it's first and goal now, but still 10 yards to go. Jones. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up second and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
So second and goal here from the 9. They'll try again with Jones. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long third and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness. Think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
This will be play number 8 on the drive. It's 3rd and goal.
Here we go now. Boom, landed.
They're going to look to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. Good contain. No gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down. So unable to get any yardage at all off of the screen there on 3rd down.
And ordinarily on 3rd down, that's when you want to bring pressure. You get all your guys who want to get after the quarterback. But how about the patience they showed? Read the play, snuffed it out, and made a nice stop.
Well, he got an early chance to redeem himself, and he's able to put that one through.
And he'll be happy he got a second chance so quickly after missing the first one. Now he's got the confidence back up before we even finish the first quarter.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gaunton hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2. They've got it 2nd and 6 to start things out. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. They come out here in the eye. Now Wilson on 2nd down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The intended target, Doug Baldwin. And it's 3rd down. Now Wilson finding time. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And the Redskins scoop it.
And that's what friends are for.
Right. As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turn it over there. That's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
How many times do we say in this game is speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways. In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. And that led to a really nice game.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Jackson's got it over the middle. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
Looking to throw. He sets up the screen to Jones. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
They completed the screen, but one of the things you worry about is, can the quarterback get rid of the ball before he's actually tackled? So your offensive linemen have to hold up the rushers a little bit because you want to make sure you keep your guy's jersey clean throughout the game.
Now a first down carry by Jones. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Then he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom, quick, 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 and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
And on 2nd and 10 now. They'll set up a throw. Out to the left here to Reed. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. And 15 yards there on the catch and run.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end. Let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Here's a carry now for Keith Marshall. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
Let's go. Green 39. Green 30.
He'll look to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Seventh play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8. It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Being chased out left. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him 8 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. Line of scrimmage, the 2. They can still get a first down if they just get a yard out of this on 4th and very short. It's a quarterback sneak.
Well, this season's going nowhere. No reason not to go for it. And it's a rare success for them as they keep the drive alive.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Matt Jones with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Redskins are going to add on to their lead. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. Here's the Redskins now as their kick unit will away. And he'll take it out of the side of the end zone, and they'll get it at the 25. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Out to the right here to Wilson. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players. Somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
On 2nd down, here's Wilson. He's got no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Now, Russell Wilson appears to be shaken up. And you know they're holding their breath over on that sideline. He's still down. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. And the O-line will have to do a better job protecting here on 3rd down after that sack.
Let's go! What?
Now the backup Boykin, his first throw. And he locates Luke Wilson. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Come on, let's go! Red 38! Red 38!
Boykin on 1st and 10. It's caught on the left side by Baldwin. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Doug Baldwin with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Seahawks have made this a one-score game.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. Now it's Chris Thompson on the return. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Out to the left here to Reed. Give them 11 on the gain there, and it'll be 1st down Washington.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
One man in the backfield, that's Jones.
No, check, Patriot, Patriot. No, check, Patriot, Patriot. No, check, Patriot, Patriot.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. On the catch, it's Crowder. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down, executed it to perfection. A give to Jones. And he might have got this across midfield, not by much. They'll mark it down at the 49. A gain of 3, second down.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. See if they stay on the ground for second down.
Here we go. 3-19.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. Third down, he'll drop to throw. This is caught by Jackson. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. On play action, they'll throw. His throw caught at about the 5. And they do get him down, but not before he reaches the 4-yard line.
And when an offense is doing a nice job selling the play-action pass, a lot of responsibility shifts to the linebackers. They're the ones that have to determine run or pass and get to the proper places on the field.
Now Jones. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Redskins. Matt Jones, his second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Redskins find a way to stretch their lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
And this one's incomplete. C.J. Procise was the intended target, and that'll bring up second down. Second and 10 now. Boykin into a double team, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
And here's Marshall. And he cuts it right sideline. And down inside the 15 he goes. Give him 18 on that one. And it'll be first down, Redskins.
And that run was what a lot of people...
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They'll run with Marshall. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it first and goal. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
Well, after getting the ball in prime position to score after a fumble recovery, you think you're in a great spot.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. They come out here in the eye. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Nate Sudfeld as the first half is winding down. And the Redskins are going to add on to their lead. And it's no good. Oh, he misses the extra point, and our score stays right where it is. Here's the Redskins now as their kick unit will send this one away. And a little dangerous there, almost a penalty, but it does get into the end zone before going over the sideline for a touchback.
In this situation, if they decide to take a shot.
And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. They go back to the air here after the INT. He's got his target, Aaron Burbridge. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Back to throw now on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. So we are at halftime here on Christmas Eve as we send you across the country to Orlando. Standing by there, Larry Ridley with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry? So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Bringing it in, Jackson left side. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. And a nice pitch and catch to pick up the reception against man coverage.
Both of them read how much yardage they needed, figured what they had to do and were able to beat the man coverage for the completion.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
They go play action here on first down. He's got time. He's going to air one out. Trying to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro free safety, Earl Thomas. And he'll take it all the way up near the 30-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. He has just been a load for opposing offenses to account for now. 8 interceptions on the year.
I love that number because I always think of center field. You know, when I hear 8, because that's the position you write in the scorecard in baseball. And what do good center fielders do? Take away all the alleys, right? They range deep and make a whole lot of great catches.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up second and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. They come up in an offset eye. He'll look to throw. Baldwin with it over the middle. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40.
I don't care how many times you tell the story, it never loses its luster for me. Doug Baldwin, undrafted out of Stanford, and plays like a #1 receiver should in the NFL. I don't care how you cover him. I don't care that his size isn't great. He's the one that typically comes up with the football.
Absolutely. His roots go all the way back to Gulf Breeze, Florida, where he's from, right on the water near Pensacola, and then, of course, to Stanford, and, boy, he's been good. On the handoff, this is Pro-Size. Oh, little 360. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Watch him now, Barney. Watch him now, Barney. 19.
He'll look to throw. Catch made right side by Wilson. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? That sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. They'll look to throw here on first down. And his throw here is incomplete.
All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense. But in this situation, it was the hands that made the play. Batting the ball away on an attempted touchdown pass. Excellent job. Way to knock it down.
Second down now after the incompletion. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Play clock winding down. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Flushed out right. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll be 3rd down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
And they brought in an extra defensive back here, so probably not expecting a run on 3rd and 3.
Good call.
He'll drop to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drive.
And his kick here is good. And that will close the gap down to 14. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off that lead.
And now you put the pressure on your defense, who didn't particularly play all that well in the first half. But they're going to need to step it up here and make some plays if these guys are going to have any chance.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And Reed with it over the middle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Looking to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Kenny Clark. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. They'll come out in the pistol.
Back nine and up, Philly. Watch it now, Barney.
Now back to throw. And that is incomplete. Jordan Reed was the intended target. 3rd down here.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Back to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
But no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
Taken in at the 22. It's a 47-yard punt, but they did give up 10 on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
that.
Super toe.
2nd down and a little ways to go here. 2nd and 13. They'll come out in the pistol.
Green 39. Green 39.
They'll look to throw. Deep drop. Going up top. This is intercepted. Picked up by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So out now come the Redskins. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Here we go now.
play fake. He'll look to throw. Backing up. Out to the left. It's complete to Daxon. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
Love the call by the offensive coordinator, recognizing the situation very well, calling for the play-action pass, and completing it.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. On the carry, here's Smith. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
2nd down following the run. Back to throw here. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down.
And the Seahawks had a couple of extra DBs going with the dime look here.
Indeed, 6 on the field. And they're going to speed things up here. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Jordan Reed has it. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
It went full scale, loose, flexible, finding a way to catch the ball in some traffic for a key 1st down.
Yeah, really a nice job of adjusting to the ball in the air. Not the most accurate of throws, but able to adjust and make the grab. Again, we'll see the pistol here. They run it here with Thompson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Defense in a good spot. Let's see how the offense responds with a 2nd and 13 now. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, there really wasn't much there, but a completion is a completion. A tough 3rd down awaits them.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that is incomplete. Here's Tressway now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his 1st. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. 1st level defensive line, 2nd level linebackers, 3rd level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a 1st level run, and it was stopped by a 2nd level player.
He'll drop to throw. Complete outright to Kurz. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4. They'll look to throw here on first down. It's caught on the left side by Kurz. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. And a pretty simple completion there underneath, but a successful one for the offense.
Partner, it doesn't have to be the big shots downfield all the time. Having that safety net underneath is a great thing for a quarterback.
A second down carry for Procise. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
All right, Brandon, you know me as well as anyone. You know I don't usually advocate abandoning things during a game, but here we are in the second half. I think it's time to change things up. Let the running game go a little bit. Let's get to the passing game, and if you still want to get in the hands of the runner, maybe you swing it to him, throw it to him a little bit, try it that way.
They'll set up to throw. Deep drop. He's going to look deep down the field. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up fourth down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And no, it's incomplete. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And the Redskins will take control of the football in great field position. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
The give is to Jones. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
When a coaching staff sees their team run the ball this successfully in the fourth quarter, they're really excited because you can plan for a running game all you want and want to press that advantage when you get it. But for the most part, it's a little bit of a surprise. And right now, they've got to keep that going, want to continue to grind out the clock because it's definitely in their favor at this stage of the game. Can they close the game out and continue to do exactly what we just saw there, and that's run the football.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
It's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Offense looking to avoid a third and long. It's 2nd and 10. They come out here in the eye. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Caught on the right side, Reed. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
When we draw up defenses on the board, we do account for every receiver. But on that particular play, somehow he was wide open, became an easy touchdown pass.
They're going to look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. So here's 3rd and 20 with a long yardage. Defense going with a nickel look. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Josh Doxson, and it's 4th down.
There are a good number of coaches at any time they call an in route are really worried about.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. .44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. And out now come the Seahawks. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold
But he
up.
trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my inside.
Now we'll see what his offense can do.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
They'll run it now out of the gun. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. 5 wides in the game, 4 of them to the right side. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Surveying the field. He'll rifle this into double coverage, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time, which is punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things.
And the ball is knocked out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. So the offense avoids disaster, keeps possession. Now it's 2nd down. They come out here in the eye. This is Marshall. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
They'll look to throw. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And a gain there of 11 yards. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish. The strategy would tell you, run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Again, it's Jones, and he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. At 5 yards on the play there, the drive will continue.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set.
Now let's go.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Finding time. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. Shift together here from the D-line. Now Marshall. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down.
There's so many things that go into playing the position of linebacker. Some of them are actually subtle. Doing the drill work that you do all the time in practice and carrying it over to the game. Get rid of blockers and get to the ball carrier, knock him down for a loss.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Another pistol look here. Now Thompson. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now. Here's Tressway now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He'll dump it off to Procise. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. Fresh set of downs here. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Out to the right here to Wilson. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. And now they're in the hurry-up.
Here we go. 3-19.
They go play action here on first down. And to the left side here, Wilson. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Again, he'll drop to throw. He's got time in the pocket. He's going to let it fly. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, third down.
Not only did they drop what looked like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
Defense looking to hold serve one last time here on 3rd and 7. They'll look to throw again. And he fires one, but incomplete. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Here we go now. 3-19.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's got Curse. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. Give him 25 yards on the play there. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. They'll look to throw now on first down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. second down following the incompletion.
Hurry up, here we go. No. Check, Patriot.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
I know that interception was dropped, and it would have been their third of the game, and I will guarantee you, in the huddle, on the bench, all the defensive guys have been talking about is, we've got this guy right where we want him. Who's going to get the next one? It almost becomes a challenge, and they missed a golden opportunity.
Here we go now. Blue landing.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he locates Luke Wilson. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you...
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. The Redskins looking for another timeout, and they get it. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense.
Back. He's crashing. Now let's go. Detroit.
They come out here in the eye.
Here we go.
From the 4, it's 2nd and goal. Again, they run. Again, it's Procise. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal. They gotta have 6 here. It's 3rd and goal.
All right, here we go.
2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal.
Now let's go. Blue landing. Mike 36. Mike.
They're going to look to throw. And that will be incomplete with the clock showing 18 seconds now to go. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. The clock cannot be stopped here. Defense can't do anything. So kneel it down, take it home.
No doubt about it. It's what you practice for in winning situations each and every week. Victory formation. Take a knee and go out into the locker room and celebrate.
Call it a victory. Then on the ground they go with a running back. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain, and it's 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
And they're just sort of going through a really tough stretch here right now, Charles. They can't seem to get back in the win column.
They have to keep their heads up, get back to their fundamentals, and just play the football they know they're capable of. Don't try and do everything perfect, but also don't just let down and let the season get away from them.
So for the Redskins, it's a rare peak in a season of valleys as they move to 3-12 now on the year. And they will head home next week to take on the San Diego Chargers. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, it just keeps getting worse as they're going to fall to 1-14. And they'll get a home date next week against the Detroit Lions. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. From Seattle, so long, everybody.